Viva Kids has their second movie coming out pretty dang quick. You had this and Pets on the Train. Both are European-based animation films. And I'll just tell you right now, Grand Prix in Europe is a lot better than Pets on the Train. Chase Liaki here with the Blue Futon reviewing Grand Prix in Europe. What's about pretty simple premise. We have a mouse, even though I truly think it's like a half breed of a koala. Maybe it's the color of the fur or the ears. I don't know. I was just getting more koala feel. Maybe had a little bit more black. Anyway, she really wants to be in the Grand Prix. Like really, really bad. But then, she finally gets to the Grand Prix, sees her idol, Ed, injures his arm, and now she's got to take his place in trying to get first place in the Grand Prix in Europe while they race in like Switzerland, Sweden, I believe, France, Germany, the UK, and Italy, if I'm not mistaken. While doing that, who is sabotaging these races and why doesn't her dad want to be in the Grand Prix? And so with this movie in the theater, there were a couple kids, and I could say every time there was a race sequence, they were enjoying themselves. They were glued to the screen of what was going to occur next. When the races weren't going on, they couldn't give two poops of what was happening on the screen. And that was more of the parent storyline of, acceptance, who you want to believe, sabotage, backstories about should you be friends with the race driver? Should you have friends? Are you good being alone? So they do have that interesting elements to this. So overarching message, this is of course for the kids. Will they like this movie? 60-40. I do think it'll be more positive than negative. However, I don't see repeat viewing again because I do feel like this is a really cheap mishmash of Cars and Happy Gilmore 2. I know Happy Gilmore 2 is probably made at the same time as this, but you'll get the drift of what, if you watch this movie, what I'm getting at. So the positives, it's colorful, it's hip, there's some decent songs in this movie. The voice acting is a lot better than Pets on a Train as well. Like everything about this movie is better with the animation, the color, the action set pieces, and the racing, bar none. So that is pretty good. Racing, it is fun to watch. You have good comedic elements in this movie. You have good animal characters as well, especially with like the crow, the bear, the elephant, the eagle, and others as well, especially with the goat. So you do get different characters, and they do have their own specific identity about what they are or where they're from. So I did find that positive where you're like, okay, there's actually some differences with some of these characters. So that's a win-win right there. The story itself is very superficial, very simplistic of following your dreams. Even though when you think about this movie and her really to follow her dreams, she really screwed over Ed because she's the one that kind of broke his arm or like dislocated his shoulder, and then she took his job, right? But she has like no remorse whatsoever for what she did. I mean, zero remorse. And she's like, woohoo, I can take your spot now. And you're just like, you're not gonna really like apologize, like, oh, I'm so sorry for wrecking your car and hurting your arm. Nah, it's all about the me culture. So I thought that was a very horrible message. The more I thought about this movie, of like, really, that's the message we're trying to teach the kids of like, if you really want something, maybe you have to screw someone else over to get what you want. So I found that a little bit awkward and unappealing on that level. What else? Again, with the story arcs, you get the whole, can I do it, can I not, what's the right thing to do it, yada, yada, yada. I mean, kids are going to like that just because it's colorful enough and for that reason. Of course, you get the bad guy, or you thought of bad guy and who this bad guy is supposed to be. And of course, you've seen it a million times before about the whole switcher-upperoo. It's really not that. And maybe you shouldn't judge a book by this cover or who they are or the sound of their voice. So you have that as well. Another very simplistic review for me. This is not for me. It's for the kids. Absolutely. Viva Kids. I think they did this. The last three in the past year was this, Pets on a Train, and Pet Apocalypse, Night Apocalypse, Zoo Apocalypse. Zoo Apocalypse is the best. This is second. Pets on a Train is third. But overall, I do think kids will enjoy the colorfulness of this movie. But I don't think this is a repeat watch on any level. But hey, what do I know? Kids, I don't know what kids watch nowadays. 6-7s. What is a 6-7? I don't know. So Grand Prix in Europe will receive a 3 out of 5 Blue Futons, which equals at 60%. We'll see what the critics' news scores gave this one. So with the critics, we have a positive with a 60, a negative with a 40, a positive with a 60, and a positive with a 60. So it is right now at do the quick math, a 75%. However, when looking at the actual reviews, it is more at a 53-ish%. But we don't go by that. We go by the positive and negatives. So we have the 60 and the 75. And of course, with the popcorn or users, we have absolutely nada yet. So there we go. 75, 60. Chase out here with Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm this Blue Futontopia. You Blue Futonians. Thank you for watching. A great day. I can watch this tape tomorrow, a week from now, a year from now. Obviously, go freaking one of you. Peace and love, peace and love. And are you willing to drive in the Grand Prix in Europe? I am waiting for a Formula One in Vegas. I think I'm going to do that next year or the year after that.